guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I'm so excited. Anyway, so I'm gonna be doing a review on the new MorpheXJaclynHill brush set that came out like a month and a half ago, I would say. Now I know it's been a while since these brushes came out, but you guys, ever since they came out, I've been using them every single time I do my makeup. Like, I've been using these brushes, I've been putting them in use, I've been giving them a fair shot, just testing out all the brushes, seeing what they do, seeing how they work, and I finally have a good opinion of how I feel about them and why. You know, why do I think they're worth it? Why do I think they're not? Whatever, you guys will see in this video. So I'm gonna be using them, and I wanted to kind of at first do like review the brushes and then show you in use, but I feel like the video gets very, very long, so I'd rather show you the brushes as I go along and tell you what I think about them, and then at the end I'll just kind of give a really quick review, like a really quick opinion, give you my opinion and how I feel about them. So yes, let's get started. I'm also going to be using the Nervina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This palette literally has been my go-to, like ever since I bought it. I get on it, I drop it a little, I get back on it, but like I literally have been going back to it because of fall. And it has just really pretty colors for my everyday fall look that I use for work. So if y'all want to see how I do my makeup today and just a review on these brushes, then please keep watching. Okay, so the first brush that I'm going to be using is the JH03 brush. This is the Ride or Die foundation brush, the one she has always been using. I mean, Morphe already had this brush in their collection. She kind of put her name on it and made it white. I've always heard really, really good reviews about this brush. I've never really heard anything bad about it. My sister's had this brush before and she's always loved it. So this was a brush that I was really, really excited about having in my collection when I got these brushes. Because, I mean, who doesn't like a good foundation brush? So I'm using my Infallible Pro Matte Foundation from L'Oreal in the shade 105 Natural Beige. And I'm also going to be mixing a little bit of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I always like to mix my foundations. I hate it kind of because I feel like sometimes people are like, which is your favorite foundation? And I'm just kind of like, which two foundations are my favorite? Because I just always mix them. Possibly because I'm always either light or dark and I have to like mix and match my color all the time. Okay, that is way too much foundation. I don't ever really worry about like adding too much foundation to my face. I kind of already know the type of coverage that I like. And with this brush, I feel like it blends out foundation like a dream, you guys. Like, it doesn't look streaky. It kind of soaks up a little bit of the extra product. And it's just amazing. I think the shape is perfect. I don't think the bristles are too long, too short. I don't think it's too dense or too flimsy. Like, this brush is seriously perfection. I see why she loves it so much. Especially because I cannot put it down. Like, I've used it so much. And I don't think I have anything negative to say about it. Okay, so now I'm moving on to concealer. I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand, which is way too light for me right now. So I mix in a little bit of the NYX 05 shade in the HD Concealer from NYX. Okay, so to blend out the concealer, I know she has this brush, which is the JH08 brush, which is supposed to be like a all over cream blending brush, but honestly, you guys, I tried this like twice for under the eyes and I just don't think it's the best brush. It's not my go-to for that. I have tried it, I've given it a shot, but I just feel like it's too small and I wish it was like more pointed to really get under the eyes and in the inner corner in there, and like I just don't think it's the best for that, so I'm not going to be using it today. I'm just going to be using my microfiber sponge. I don't remember exactly what it's named, but I heard Nikki Tutorials talk about it, and then I heard Kathleen talk about it, and I was so excited to get it. I've been using this for like almost 2 months now, you guys, and I've been obsessed with it. This sponge is seriously, well, as I speak, I'm just gonna blend out my concealer. I love that this sponge doesn't really soak up like product. Like, I know a lot of people love the Beauty Blender because it soaks up all like the excess product away, but I just feel like you don't always want that because you waste a lot of your product. I like this sponge because what you apply is what you're kind of going to get. It does soak up some of it to where you're not going to have too much extra product on your face, but it blends everything out. I feel like a brush, you know, like but in a sponge. It is just amazing. It feels so soft. It feels so good. And I feel like because of the texture, like it's a more durable, consistent, how do you say it? A more durable package? No. Formula? No. The way that it feels and the way that it's made, it's definitely more durable. It lasts longer. And I have been obsessed. Now, I definitely recommend getting the pointy sponge. This one is not that great because it is squared, but I bought this one because the other one sold out, so that's why. But I'm just saying, if you can get a chance, get the pointy one. Don't get the one that's like this. Now, this one's really good for chiseling out the cheekbones and baking, but other than that, to blend out stuff, it's not the greatest, but it does the job. I use the tip of it. Okay, so now I'm going to be cream contouring. Now for that, I am definitely going to be taking the JH blending brush, because for cream contour, I do feel like it's perfect, and I'm kind of glad that I found it for that, because since I don't like it for my concealer, I really do like it for cream contouring. So I'm going to be taking this Maybelline V-Shape Duo Stick, which I've had in my collection for a while now. This was one of the backups that I bought because I used to be like really obsessed with this stuff. And I found it in my bag the other day. I'm like, I can't believe I still have this. So I'm going to be taking the brush and really getting in there. This is the shade Medium 015. And we're going to start cream contouring. I'm going to start on this side. Okay, so now this brush right here, this is the JH10 brush. I, at first, was like, what am I going to use this brush for? Now, I know Jaclyn Hill, it's her go-to brush because when she's powdering under her eyes and baking and she's going to do her eyeshadow next, she likes to take this and grab powder and like really shape out and carve out the wing or like the eyes. I personally have never really used this brush for that. I just feel like, for what? Like, I don't really use it for that, okay? Now, I feel like it's a great, great thing, but I have been using this brush to chisel out my nose contour, to really contour it, and just, oh my god, like, I have been in love with this little brush just because of that. So, it gets really, really perfect in that nose bridge. Like, look at that, like, and the bristles are just perfect to blend it out. Like, I literally can just do this. And look at that. Like, you have the perfect nose contour. It's amazing. And I'm so glad I have this little brush for that now, because I've always loved to contour my nose, but I always struggle with it because I don't have the right brush. But with this one, it is so easy, you guys. And it's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to be baking under the eyes, and for sure, I always like to use my sponge. I don't care what I'm doing. I like to use my sponge to bake. I just feel like this is what applies it the best, and it does it just the perfect layer. So I'm going to be using that. I'm using my Cover FX setting powder in the shade Translucent. Okay, so normally I never really always set the rest of my face, but in this video I'm gonna be setting it just for the sake of the video. Now, I normally, even when I set my face, I like to just take my sponge, take my setting powder, and just press the setting powder or whatever I'm using on my face. That's just the best thing I feel you can do to really make your makeup last. But I wanted to use the JH01 brush, which I feel like this brush for me has been kind of like an extra brush. I don't really use it that much, I'm not gonna lie. But if you're someone like maybe like my sister that sets your face every single time you use your you do your makeup, and you have a pan like the MAC Mineralized Skin Powder or something like that, and you actually have a pan that you're gonna be using, I feel like this brush is the best for a pan, because I feel like for loose powder, as you will see right now, I feel like it's just a huge mess because it's such a big brush. Okay, that wasn't a huge mess, but I just feel like with powder, it's more tedious. If you have a pan to use, like that's gonna be like a hard powder, it'll be easier to use. But anyway, if you are someone that sets your face a lot, like I was saying, you will definitely love this brush. I think it's amazing. It sets your face in like 2 seconds, you guys. Like, you saw how fast that was. I'm already done. I'm literally already done. Like, it does it so fast, And I'm sure that's what her goal was, making this brush. She wanted it to be easy and to be fast, and that's exactly what I just did. I set my face in like 5 seconds, you guys. So that's that. Now I'm gonna be contouring, setting my cream contour. I'm gonna be using the JH05 brush, which this is like her ride or die contouring brush. I saw this girl and I saw this girl review this brush, and she was kind of trying to say that like she didn't really like the brush because it was too small and she prefers a more thicker brush to contour or something like that. And I was like, girl, like if you want a really nice contour brush, you want something like this. Okay, I'm gonna start contouring while I speak, sorry. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia contouring kit, which is super excessively beat up, but I can't put it down. I love it. It's my OG ride or die contouring palette. So anyway, as I was saying, I saw that she said that it wasn't that great, and I was like, well, if you want to contour your cheekbones, you want a brush that's small like this. You want it to be precise. You want it to get in those cheekbones, really carve them out. And I feel like with a big fat fluffy brush, you can't really, I mean, you're gonna do that, but it's not gonna be as like chiseled out, and you're not gonna really get that really contoured look. It's gonna be more blown out, which I'm sure that's what she wanted anyway, like that more natural contour, more blown out contour. And I guess like that's why she didn't like it. But you guys, I love this brush. I think it's amazing. I see her obsession over it. Now when I cream contoured right now, I think it kind of, I waited a little too long. My foundation was already dry because I was doing laundry and I went to go put it in, and I think that kind of messed up my contour a little bit, but it's okay. Anyway, I think this brush is awesome. I think like buying the damn kit itself just for this brush is worth it. No, just kidding. But I really do love it, you guys. I think it is great. It contours amazing and it's perfect. So yeah. Now I'm gonna be bronzing the face, which for this, you definitely want a more bigger brush. Like she was saying, you want a nice big fluffy fat brush, but this brush is amazing. This is the JH02 brush because it is like tapered at the top. It's not just fat like this one and rounded, it's tapered, which this is really gonna help add your bronzer really nicely and blow it out and blend it out and just smooth everything out. It's so awesome. I'm using my Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and I literally just give it a couple taps and I bronze. So I think the only complaint that I have about this brush is that it smells like goat, you guys. Like it smells like a straight up goat. Now I don't know if I just got like the fucking ass tail of the goat, but it smells so bad. Like I was doing my sister-in-law's makeup for her wedding, and I used this brush to bronze her face, and I was wondering if like she could smell it. She's probably like, why does your brush smell like ass? Like I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, I know it's goat hair, but I've never had a brush that actually smelled like goat, and this brush does. Let me know if any of you guys bought these brushes and it smells like goat as well, because Lord knows I'm not hallucinating. I know. Yeah. And I thought after washing it, like, you know, you're like, oh, let me wash it and it'll just smell like my soap. No, like I think it smelled worse after I washed it, which is so weird. I don't know what it is. If anything, it just smelled like wet goat instead. So yeah, but other than that, it works amazing, and I will keep using it because it's really good. Okay, so next up, it's the JH07, which is, this is like a freaking really good brush to set your under eyes. Let me get my Anastasia palette again. I'm gonna be taking the Anastasia palette again and using all 3 of these shades, just swirling it in there, and I'm gonna set my under eye. Now, I don't like this brush to bake, obviously, that's not what I used, but to set my under eye and blow out any of the excess powder, it is awesome. Oh my god, it's like perfectly tapered. It's the perfect medium size. It's not too small. It blends like a dream. Like, it is so nice. It feels super soft. And I love this brush, you guys. I really, really do. Did I say what it was? JH07? Did I say? Okay, so for blush, the brush that I originally decided to use was the JH04 because this is like the blush brush in the collection that you're supposed to use. But I just feel like for blush, it's just very it's kind of flimsy, and I feel like it steals a lot of the blush for some reason, so I didn't really like it. I used it like twice at first, and then I was like, okay, I don't really like this the brush for blush. Oh my god, it's a tongue twister, you guys. So yeah, I decided to kind of keep this more as a contouring brush whenever all my brushes are getting dirty, and I have this one. Like, it's not bad for contouring, so that's what I keep it for. But for blush, I use the JH04 brush, which, oh my gosh, you guys, I am obsessed with this brush. At first, since I used the other one as blush brush, I was like, what am I gonna use this for? Like, I already have a contouring brush, I have a blush brush, I have all these things, so what am I gonna use it for? You know, just kind of like an extra brush. I'm just obsessed with it now for blush. Like, it doesn't steal any of my product. Like, I feel like I probably still have product left from the last blush that I used, but I'm gonna be taking my Tarte blush palette and just taking this one here, which is called Extraordinary. You guys, I'm gonna apply it on the tops of my cheekbones. I freaking love this brush. Like, it's so fluffy and weightless. Like, that's why I think it just applies blush like a dream, you guys. Like, it's so awesome. For highlight, I'm gonna take the JH09 brush, which I have the Morphe original brush, the 510, I believe, from them. So to me, this didn't really come as a surprise, but I already needed a new one, so I'm kind of glad I got this, because I was gonna repurchase this brush because I love it that much, and the fact that it was in this collection, like, it couldn't make me any happier. So I'm gonna use the Nicole Guerrero highlighting palette from Anastasia, which, girl, you know I love it. Like, I can't even make all this stuff up. Like, I love this palette, and you can tell because it's so beat up. So I'm gonna put it right here. This brush is amazing for highlight. I think it's great. I've always said it's a good brush, and the JaclynHill one is no different than the other one. They're just the same. To highlight my nose a little better and more precise, I'm gonna be using this tiny little brush. It's so cute. This is a JH42 brush, which is amazing to highlight the inner corner, to highlight the brow bone, to highlight your nose. I like to be more precise with my nose highlight. It's funny because for this part of my face, I don't mind if I have a little bit of glitter on my highlight, but for my nose, I don't like no glitter, not one tiny speck of glitter. So that's why I like to switch to this highlight, because this highlight is just straight, like, glisten. Like, there's no glitter, there's no chunkiness, it's so smooth, and for that I love it for my nose. And a little bit right here. Let's move on to the eyes, you guys. Like, the fun part. The face is a little boring, a lot boring, kind of. The first brush that I'm going to be using, that I feel like I've been using a lot, is the JH30 brush, which is this one here. It's a nice big fat fluffy brush, which I'm glad she incorporated, because everyone needs a fat fluffy brush. I'm gonna take the shade Incense, which is this one here, and Eccentric, which is this khaki little poopy shade right there. I don't know why I said khaki. Yeah, it's kind of khaki, kind of poopy. I'm gonna take both of those and I'm gonna blend them in the crease. Oh my gosh, like, these shades are so pretty. Let me zoom in. This fluffy brush, I think it's amazing. I think it does a really good job at blending out eyeshadow. I kind of like just to go in with a crap load. As you can see, like, look at that. That looks horrible right now, but you can really see how good this brush is, like, at blending, because it literally just blends it out. And you can see how good these eyeshadows are, because Lord knows if it was a shitty eyeshadow, it would just kind of stay there and not blend. But look at that. Look how easy it blends. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Passion, which is this shade over here, and going in with the JH43 brush, which is a universal blending brush, but mostly I love it because it's small, it's pointed, like it's tapered here, where it's gonna get really good in the crease and the outer part. So I'm gonna take that shade and just bring it out here. So far, the blending brush and this brush are also included in the eye brush collection. Like, if you don't want to get the full collection, you just want to get the eye collection, this is one of the brushes you get, and that fat fluffy brush that I just used is in that too. Now I'm purposely doing this because I want to show you guys, like, if you cannot purchase this or if you have a lot of face brushes and you just need more eye brushes and you just want to get the eye collection, I want to show you that like you can still do eye looks, really pretty eye looks with that. You don't need this big collection. Because I know in this collection there's a lot of blending brushes, which is amazing, but at the same time, you don't need them all. You really just have the staples in the other one. So next I'm taking the JH40 brush, which this brush, you guys, for me is one of the brushes I was really excited about, because I've never really had a brush like this one where it's gonna be very precise and it's gonna also blend out the shade that you put around the outer V. So I was super excited about this brush, and I love that she also incorporated this brush in the eye kit. Because it's a very important brush to have in your brush collection. So I'm going to take Volatile, or whatever this shade is right here, and put it in the outer corner. Now, I wasn't going to do this look as dark, but I want to show this brush in use. Like, look how precise it gets in the crease, and it's not going to like blow out the color anywhere else. Like, it's just going to bring it in the crease, and that is it. And that's why I love this brush so much. Now I'm taking the JH41 brush, which this brush I was also really excited about because I don't really have a really good eyelid brush to apply shimmer, and she's always raved about this one. So I'm going to be taking the shade Summer, which is this shade right here. And let's press it on here. Now, I know when she did her first video showing her eyeshadow palettes and everybody was saying she switched her brush because it was a shitty brush and it wasn't applying good. I honestly feel like it was the eyeshadow that wasn't applying good, because this brush is amazing to apply eyeshadow. As y'all can see, like, it looks really good. And I'm so happy I have this in my collection now because I use it every single time I'm gonna apply shimmer. Not every single time, I'm not gonna lie, because I use my fingers a lot, but when I really want it to be precise and I want it to look good, like, I use this brush, and it does the job every single time. Okay, this just went from being my everyday fall look to like a damn cut crease, shimmer all over. Like, I'm trying to show you guys these brushes, and I thought going for an easy look, like eye look, it was gonna show you all, but no, like, I need to be doing something like this. So yeah, that's that. See, it applied so nicely, and with a little bit of that burgundy shade just to kind of go around the edges a little. Now we're going to be doing the lower lash line. I'm using the JH43 brush. This little brush is so perfect for the lower lash line. Jaclyn Hill has been using these for like the longest time ever. I'm going to be taking Volatile, and I'm going to be packing this really tightly in the lower lash line. This brush is awesome for that, and it's also perfect for those days where you want to do a no liner look, but you still want to add a little line here. Like, it's so good. You kind of want to do like a smoky wing. This brush is going to be your best friend for that. I'm not trying to do that look right now, but you guys get the gesture. Like, it's good for that, okay? I'm going to take the JH39 brush, which this is more of a pencil brush. And taking the shade Eccentric and Passion, the khaki shade and the burgundy shade, I'm going to blend out that darker shade. So before I do my mascara, I like to set my face first, because I feel like when I add mascara and I set my face, sometimes it gets wet and my mascara gets like all over here under my eyes. So I'm going to set my face first. I'm going to take some MAC Prep and Prime Spray, Fix Plus, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyeliner, but sadly, there is no eyeliner brush. In between all of these amazing brushes, there's no eyeliner brush, and you guys, I couldn't be more disappointed in the fact that there's no eyeliner brush, because I just feel like when she made this brush collection, she was like, I was thinking about everyone can do their makeup, everyone can slay the night, but how the hell can you slay the night without an eyeliner brush? Like, not everybody uses liquid gel liners. like a lot of people, especially her, uses the like Maybelline gel liner or any gel liner, and it's just like crazy that she didn't apply an eyeliner brush. She could have easily gone without the, let's see, what brush is this? This is the JH36, which is the least favorite brush of mine that she incorporated. She could have definitely took this out and added an eyeliner brush. She could have also maybe dealt without the JH42 brush, which is an amazing blending brush, but that's why she got like the big fat blending brush, which is this one here. And she could have added an eyebrow brush, because I feel like she also didn't incorporate an eyebrow brush. I did my brows today. I love using the Anastasia brow pomade. And if I don't have a brush to do that, like I can't slay the night without my eyebrows or without my eyeliner. Like, it's just crazy to me. I just feel like she could have definitely thought about that, and she could have put that in there. Like, it's Jaclyn Hill. Come on, girl. I know this could have been a super complete set. Like, it could have been every brush that you needed if she would have added those 2 brushes. Now, I know it's not a huge deal for a lot of people because she uses her Brow Wiz a lot from Anastasia, which I get, but not everybody can afford that. I buy the pomades because they last forever, and I need a brush for that. So I personally love my angled E65 eyeliner brush from Sigma, and I also love the Anastasia brow brush. Yeah, that's my rant about that. Now let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera since I don't have an eyeliner brush. I'm just gonna use that one, and I'm gonna be putting on some lashes and then lipstick, and I think that would be it. I'll be back to show you guys the rest of my thoughts on these brushes and do I think they're worth it, all that good stuff. You kind of know how I feel about them already because of how I've been, like, me using them and my reaction to them. So yeah, let me go do all that and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am done with my makeup. Now, this is what I came up with today. I am done using all the brushes. I'm gonna talk a little more about the brushes, and I'm actually gonna be showing you guys the case that the brushes come with. Like, how dumb am I to not show it at the beginning of the video? So the brush set comes with this amazing, beautiful box right here. Now, at first, whenever I got it, I was like, I mean, it's perfect for traveling, but I never do any traveling, like, ever. So I was like, I'm probably never gonna use this box. And right after I got this, like, I went on a bachelorette party with my sister-in-law, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect time to use this thing, because I know that, I mean, I do some traveling, I just don't always do it. And when I do, I always just put my brushes in my little cup like this, and I like put it with my bag, and the brushes always get smushed. You know, something always happens, it tips over, they fall out. By the way, you guys, look at this cute candle cup that I got from my candle that I had from Bath & Body Works. Like, I just took off the little tag, and now it like matches so perfectly with my brushes, and I love it. Anyway, I always carried it in this. They always fell out. They would always go all over the place and bend, and it just really messes up your brushes when you travel like this. So yeah, I was super, super happy to have this box, and I love the fact that it looks really, really shimmery, but it's a really soft, smooth shimmer to where it's not gonna get dirty. I've got this dirty so many times, but I just go ahead with a makeup remover wipe and I wipe it down, and it looks amazing. So yes, it fits quite a bit of brushes. I took those brushes and a little bit more because I did my sister-in-law's makeup and I wanted to have extra brushes. So it fits so many brushes. That's why I love it as well. It's like a perfect size. So overall, you guys, do I feel like you need this brush set in your life? I will say, if you are a person that doesn't have brushes, really, like you only have a couple drugstore brushes and you've been looking and investing in a really nice brush set, I'm sorry. If you're trying to invest in a brush collection, I highly recommend you buy these brushes, because at the end of the day, you do end up saving a lot of money. I know it doesn't really seem like it, and I know it seems expensive. This to me was definitely worth it. Like I said, I've been using this brush set ever since I got it. There is a use for every brush in here almost. My blending brushes, as y'all can see in this video, I didn't really use all of the eye blending brushes, which is okay though, because I still end up using them. As you can see, most of these that I didn't use are all dirty because I use them on the daily. I use them all the time. But I was just showing you guys that you can just use those basic ones that are pretty much, they're pretty much all almost in the eyeshadow collection, the little one, the eye brushes. And I wanted to just show those in use in case you do not need the full collection. Now, my sister is someone that has that Morphe, she has a Morphe subscription where she gets brushes from Morphe every month. She just felt like she had way too many face brushes, and she was like, I really don't need the whole collection because I don't need all those face brushes. She has like half of those. So she was like, I'm just gonna buy the eye brush collection. And it was perfect for her because she has the she has the face brushes, and now she had all the eye brushes that she needed. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just don't really have that many brushes and you're just like, I need brushes, definitely invest in the whole collection. They do have a new payment plan where you can like do 4 payments of $40, which that's what I did. I did 4 payments of $40 and it ends up paying the $160. You pay that every 2 weeks, which is awesome for me. Not everybody has the money right off the bat, so being able to pay it in payments is also a nice thing. Obviously this video is not sponsored by Morphe. Like, I'm way too small of a YouTuber for Morphe to notice me. They don't even know who I am. So I have no reason why I should be suggesting this brush set at all. These are all my fair opinions. So with all of that being said, it just wraps up this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I love you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video to help a girl out. Other than that, thank you so much, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.